Hi there, Paul Managrasso over at CFO Attorney for another Wine Wednesday. And today I'd like to talk about tasting rooms and liquor laws, what you can and can't really do in Texas. So you've got a tasting room, you open the door, you set out the glasses and let the customers pour. No, not so fast. Texas law has boundaries on what you can serve, how, and under what permit. To operate a tasting room and serve wine to visitors, you have to hold the right license permit. For example, a winery permit, a G permit under ABC, is a manufacturing tier for a licensed winery. But under Texas Alcohol Beverage Commission Section 16.09, a winery permit holder can ship wine to an ultimate consumer, including in a dry area, but you've also got to comply with carrier permit, labeling, age verification, and volume limits. Now, if you allow sampling, allow a branded non-wine product from a third party, or start hosting an off-site event, you start crossing into other permit categories like retail dealer, bar permit, or potentially even violate what they call tied house rules. Practical point: separate your ownership and control, ensure your tasting room layout complies with any local zoning and local option rules, maintain age checks, keep your sample sizes moderate, and ensure your permit coverage reflects your actual activity, whether it be on-site retail, shipments, tours, tasting, whatever the case might be. Also, and this is a big one, if you partner with a restaurant or host a third-party event like a food pairing, you may need a separate food and beverage permit, or you need to adhere to mixed beverage regulations. So, your tasting room might feel informal. In fact, you probably want it to feel informal, but it's subject to the same regulatory framework as any other alcohol serving venue. A misstep can trigger enforcement actions or fines and disrupt your wine business. At the very least, it's going to result in a lot of very unpleasant phone calls and meetings and explanations that you don't want to have. So, let's walk through your tasting room layout, your visitor flow, your permit structure, and your operations checklist, and make sure you're compliant ahead of the game so that you can maximize this guest experience revenue without any undue risk or any undue hassles. As usual, thanks again. That's what I've got for today. Until next time, have a great day.